Switchblades.tv presents Available at AssistedKnife.com. RoadsideImports.com presents
Hi, I'm Michael Janich. I'm the brand manager for the Masters of Defense Knife Company and Blackhawk Blades Knife Company, both divisions of Blackhawk Products Group. I'm also the designer of this, the Jani-Song, which I believe is one of the most unique and revolutionary folding knives to hit the market in recent years. Now, most people are familiar with what's called a Blackhawk or Filipino butterfly knife. With this knife, what you have is a blade and two handles that rotate in opposite directions, so that the blade is either completely enclosed in the closed position or open and locked in the open position. Now, if you've ever played with one of these, you've probably also been cut. The reason is, when you're learning how to manipulate a Blackhawk, the most important thing you need to learn is the difference between the two handles. One is what's called a safe handle. That's the handle you want to hold on to because there's only two possibilities. One is the back of the other handle touches your hand, or the back of the blade touches your hand. Neither of those will cut you. The other handle is what's called the free handle, or sometimes the bite handle. If you grip this handle either on purpose or by accident, you can manipulate it so that the back of the handle, the other handle, will touch your hand, but it's also very possible that the sharpened edge will touch your hand. That's when you get cut. Well, I designed the Jani-Song to specifically eliminate this problem. The Jani-Song also has two handles, but one handle is actually located within the other handle of the knife. So what you have is the blade, an inner handle, and an outer handle, all rotating on a common pivot pin. This places a safe handle on the outside of the knife, so that no matter how you manipulate the knife, there's no way that you can grab it by the free handle or the bite handle and get cut. The only possibilities are the back of the blade touches your hand, the back of the inner handle touches your hand. There's no way that you can get your hand in between the sharp edge and the inner handle. This is a great move forward as far as safety and manipulation of the knife, but it still allows the knife to be manipulated very quickly. One of the other advantages of the Jani-Song is the placement of the latch that locks the two handles together. You notice that the latch is placed in a very natural position where it's accessible by either the thumb, the index finger, or both used together. So it's an ambidextrous latch because the knife does turn over during manipulation. You want to have access to it from either side. What this allows you to do is to latch the knife together in the closed position by sliding the latch back, it frees the handles, you move to the open position, and then sliding the latch forward again locks it very securely in position. This is something that's a lot more difficult to do with the Blackhawk because the latch is located at the butt of the knife. With the Blackhawk, releasing the latch is no problem, but securing it back together is a challenge. The Jani-Song can still be manipulated very quickly, just like a Blackhawk, and using many of the same techniques. Let's take a look at some of those techniques and see exactly how to manipulate this knife. The next opening is what I call a standard opening. This is the one you see all the time with a Blackhawk knife. In this case, I've got the clip facing to my left so that the inner handle is going to come out of the top side of the knife, so it's facing upward. Again, I'm going to release the locking latch either with thumb, index finger, or any combination thereof. Swing the inner handle and the blade out in this manner. Now at this point, my thumb crosses over the top and I turn my entire hand over. I now swing the inner handle up, catch it, and I'm in the open position. Closing is exactly the same. I swing forward, thumb comes over the top, turn my entire hand over, and then swing the inner handle up. So one more time slowly, you go out, thumb over the top, turn the hand over, swing upward. Closing, out, thumb over the top, turn the hand over, and close. A little bit quicker. That's what I call the standard opening and closing. Next up, we have what's called the out to in opening and closing. We're set up just like the standard opening so that the inner handle is going to be coming out of the top side of the knife. In this case, the clip, the way I have it configured, is facing to my left. I'm going to swing it out just like starting the standard opening, but now what I'm going to do is turn my hand over almost like the up, down, up, dumping the outer handle into this cradle of my 4 fingers. Flag the thumb, swing the inner handle up, and you're in the open position. Closing, once again, is exactly the same mechanics. Gripping the knife in this way, swing the inner handle down, turn it inward, dumping it into the fingers here, flag the thumb, and swing it up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. A little faster. That's what I call the out to in opening and closing. Next up is a single flip opening and closing. Now this one is really kind of a timing exercise, and it combines some of the dexterity that we've already learned with some of the other openings. You're going to set up the knife in your hand so that the handle is swinging out of the bottom side of the handle. When I release it with my fingers, what I'm going to do is, as this is rotating around in a 360-degree arc, I'm going to switch my grip so that my fingers curl around the outer handle and I flag my thumb as it's rotating. So what you get is a full 360-degree rotation. My grip changes and allows the inner handle to flow into the open position. Closing is exactly the same. Again, I position the knife. Notice I turned it over so that the inner handle comes out of the bottom of the handle here. I swing it, switch my grip, and it goes into the closed position. So opening, closing. A little quicker. There's your single flip opening and closing. The Jani-Song also works with a number of reverse grip openings. Let's take a look at a reverse grip single flip opening. In this case, I've got the knife set up in my hand so that the clip is facing to my left. The release of the latch is basically done with the thumb here, and you can see that the handle is prepped to go out of the far side of the outer handle. In this position, what I do is I allow that to swing downward, and then I'm going to switch my grip. So I've got a fingertip grip here, flag my thumb, and allow the handle to come around, the inner handle to come around into the open position. Closing is basically the same thing. I position the knife so that the inner handle is going out of the far side of the outer handle. I'm going to allow that to drop, curl my fingers, flag my thumb, and swing it around into the closed position. So again, opening, I've released the latch, drop it outward, regrip, swing it up. Closing, same thing. Swings outward, regrip, and into the closed position. A little bit faster. That's a reverse grip, single flip, opening and closing. Once you get the basic techniques down of the openings and closings, it's natural to want to combine those and come up with your own routine. Just like with the balisong, you can combine different openings, closings, figure out how to express yourself with the knife. What we've shown you here is some of the real basic techniques just to give you an idea of the mechanics of the knife and how to get started. I know that once these things get out into the marketplace, once balisong practitioners get a hold of them, they're going to come up with all kinds of techniques that I've never thought of. That's exactly what I want. I want to offer this knife to the marketplace, offer it to the balisong aficionados out there, and to tactical knife users out there. Have you take the technique aspect of it to the next step. I've done the design part. Take this knife and enjoy it.
Available at assistedknife.com. Got questions? I got answers. Email me at jb@roadsideimports.com